Hey everybody! Guess what? Got my ballot. So let's take a look inside and see what kind of ballot I got. Okay, let's see what kind of ballot I got. Alright, so I open the envelope, so let's see what kind of ballot I got. Oh, it's only a regular ballot. Oh, it's only a regular ballot. But it kind of reminds me of a video I did about something called Ranked Choice Vote. I just wish we had Ranked Choice Voting. You don't know what Ranked Choice Voting is? Then here, I'll show you. Whoop. Okay, I think I explained before about that we're going to discuss what ranked choice voting is. If not, then we're going to discuss this. We're going to talk about ranked choice voting, and here it is.
So what is ranked choice voting? In most parts of the United States, voters select a single candidate for each position on their ballot, and the candidate with the most votes wins. This is known as single-choice winner-take-all, which can sometimes result in the election of a candidate who earned only a small percentage of the vote, even when the majority of voters supported other candidates. But that's not the only way of electing our leaders. Ranked choice voting is another voting method which allows voters to rank their candidates in order of preference. In a ranked choice voting election, a candidate needs to earn more than half of the votes to win. All first choices are counted, and if a candidate has a majority, then they win, just like any other election. If not, the candidate with the fewest votes is eliminated, and voters who picked that candidate as number one will have their votes count for their next choice. This process continues until a candidate earns a majority and is declared the winner. Let's look at an example. Here, you select orange as your first choice candidate, yellow as your second, pink as your third, and green as your final choice. The first choices are counted. Yellow earned 35%, orange 21%, pink earned 28%, and green earned 16% of the vote. Because nobody won more than 50%, the candidate with the fewest votes is eliminated, and voters who picked him as their first choice have their ballots count for their second choice. This continues until a candidate receives more than half of the votes, or 50% plus 1. So what are some of the benefits of ranked choice voting? Ranked choice voting provides more choices, allowing more than two candidates to compete without fear of splitting the vote among like-minded individuals. Sometimes voters feel pressured to vote for the lesser of two evils. Ranked choice voting allows people to vote for their favorite candidate, not just against the candidates they dislike. With ranked choice voting, we see more positive campaigns and less negative advertising. Candidates are encouraged to reach out to as many voters as possible, including those supporting their opponents. They can build a winning coalition with like-minded candidates to earn voters' second and third choices. It's time to fix our democracy and make our elections work better for everybody. We can do that with ranked choice voting. Visit www.fairvote.org to find out how you can get involved.
Fair vote. Thank you. Okay, now
everyone knows how.
Okay, here's how ranked choice voting works. A more in-depth look.
Everyone knows how voting works, right?
Sure, I just put a mark next to my favorite candidate and cast my vote.
Well, it's a little different than that in San Francisco.
How's that?
Well, in 2002, San Franciscans voted to use ranked choice voting, sometimes called an instant runoff election. Voters rank their top 3 candidates in order of preference.
Oh yeah, and if I really like someone, I can vote for them 3 times as much.
No.
Huh?
See, it works like this. On your ballot, you'll see a list of candidates. For this example, instead of candidates' names, we'll use colors.
Can we use cats and bunnies instead?
Okay. On your ballot, you'll see the list of candidates repeated in 3 rows. Your job is to vote for your favorite candidate, just like before, but also to vote for your second and third choice, too. There, you're done.
Easy, and that's all there is to it.
On the voting side, yes. The counting side is where it can get interesting.
What do you mean?
If any one candidate gets over 50% of the votes, that's it. They win. But if no one breaks the 50% mark, as usually happens with so many candidates in the race, there is what's called an instant runoff. Cats are in the lead now, but under 50%. Spiders came in last, so they're out, but everyone who ranked spiders number 1 will have their next choice redistributed and added to the overall tally. Now it looks like lizards are last, so they're out, and everyone who ranked them first has their second choice added. This process happens as many times as it takes for one candidate to get over 50% of the total votes.
Wait, how did dogs get in the lead?
Well, overall, by including voters' second choice votes, dogs got the most votes.
I guess they are loyal.
And that is how ranked choice voting works.
Thank you. Okay, now represent us is gonna explain ranked choice voting versus the establishment.
Here's the thing I never want to have to do again. Vote for the lesser of 2 evils.
Same here.
But every time an election rolls around, we end up with the same 2 choices, over and over and over again. Instead of positive, issue-focused campaigns that encourage us to vote for the person we like the most, we get mudslinging, outrageous lies, fear-mongering, and campaigns that make half the country hate the other. How is it that in a country with so many different people and ideas, we keep getting stuck with the same 2 options? It's no accident. The way we vote only ever gives you 2 choices who have any real chance of winning. It's literally built into the system. On the surface, the American system makes a lot of sense. Every citizen gets 1 vote, and the candidate with the most votes wins. But it also creates a huge flaw called the spoiler effect. Here's how it works. Let's take the entire electorate and boil it down to 100 voters. And let's put everyone in order of their political preferences. The most conservative on the right, the most progressive on the left, everyone else falls somewhere in between. Now, when we've got just 2 candidates to choose from, the folks on the right vote for the Republican, those on the left vote Democrat, and the 5 to 10% in the middle who might vote either way end up tipping the election. But what happens when you introduce a third-party candidate? If that candidate is progressive, the progressive vote is split between 2 good candidates, and the conservative wins. If they're conservative, their vote is split, and the progressive wins. Voters get that by voting for that third-party candidate, they make it more likely that their least favorite candidate is going to win. So rather than voting for the candidate they like best, most voters choose the lesser of 2 evils. In this system, the winning candidate almost always wins with support from less than half of the votes. They don't even have a majority of support, yet they win and represent the whole electorate. And this is how we pick the most powerful human on the planet? Come on. Repeat this pattern over and over, and you can quickly see how we get a race to the bottom. Here's the good news. There's a small tweak we could make that lets you vote for whichever candidate you want without having to worry about the spoiler effect. It's called ranked choice voting, and here's how it works. Instead of choosing just one candidate, you rank candidates in order of preference. If your first choice is mathematically eliminated, your vote automatically goes to your backup. Let's look at how this would work using the example of the 2016 presidential election. Say you're a conservative who wants to vote for Gary Johnson. In our current system, you probably felt pressure to vote for Trump because you didn't want to split the conservative vote and elect Hillary. But with ranked choice voting, you just put Johnson first, and Trump is your backup. If Johnson doesn't win, your vote is automatically transferred to Trump. Or, say you're a progressive who loves Jill Stein. And instead of being forced to use your one and only vote on Hillary, you could put Stein first and Hillary is your backup. You get it. The beauty of ranked choice voting is that it lets you vote for the candidates who most closely align with your values and gives America a much clearer picture of what the electorate really wants. No more settling for the lesser of two evils. You can vote your conscience without hurting your own interests. So now you're probably thinking, that sounds amazing, but that's never going to happen in the US. But here's the twist. It already has. RCV is already in use in cities across America, and Maine just changed their statewide elections to RCV. We're bringing conservatives and progressives together to pass more laws just like this, state by state, so we can fix America's corrupt political system from the bottom up. These laws are based on model legislation called the American Anti-Corruption Act. They fix our broken elections, stop political bribery, and end secret money. Go to www.represent.us to join us.
Yep. Already have. Hope you do too. Very informative, right? But unfortunately, just wish I had mine. My city had that. You know what I mean? Because ranked choice voting is what all of America needs right now. And this can actually help. So ranked choice voting can help you vote for the there is a website I recommend with ranked choice voting. It's called isidewith.com. Let's see. Okay, and wait a minute. Whoops! dang key shortcuts, or is it keyboard shortcuts? Well, anyway, I got the website up. And here it is. It's called here it is, isidewith.com. All you have to do is create an account, log in. I'll show you. You just log in. Then you choose how would you like to sign in. Just give it a moment. It takes a while to load. It says right here, we value your privacy and do not spam or sell your email address. Okay, you could sign in either by email, Facebook, Twitter, Google, Yahoo, Tumblr, Microsoft, LinkedIn, or AOL. So for me, I'm going to choose Facebook. Okay, then you're taken here. But mainly for newbies, you'll be taken here first. Oh wait, no wait. It's here first. Where you take a political quiz. You take a political quiz, saying your view, sharing your views and how. Like for example, for me, let's go to. Environmental issues. So here, for me, should the U.S. expand offshore oil drilling? And I said no, and provide more. And I said
no, and provide more incentives for alternative energy production.
What that thing said. And how important is this to you? Most. And also, should the government increase environmental regulation to prevent climate change? I said yes, and provide more incentives for alternative energy production. I said this. How important is this to you? Most. Once you answer all these questions, you can answer these as a bonus. And I just for me, I wish my state had ranked choice voting. If it did, I would be choosing Howie Hawkins as my first choice. But since that's not the case, I choose Joe Biden. Because Donald Trump has to go no matter what. Also, there's an option here. What is another question you would like to see added to the quiz? You could suggest it here. Then you just click here, show my results. And give it a few minutes, it'll show you results. Okay, right now it's analyzing voting records. And it'll show you who best decide. And give it analyzing speech, debates, and public statements. Matching similarity of your answers. Prioritizing. I missed it. Okay, so you can also get the chance that if I side with helped increase your understanding of politics, please share us with your friends. You can share the quiz, but right now, no thank you. Okay, so for me, it looks like I'm more of the peace and freedom. It looks like I'm more of the peace and freedom party, a socialist and green, along with women's equality and Democrat. It's ranked. And also down here, answers. Here's how your answers compare to each political party's answers, right down here. And topics, themes, ideologies, polling, and the map. But let's take a look at the ballot. So it looks like for me, my first choice would be Howie Hawkins. If my state had ranked choice voting, my first choice would be Howie Hawkins. My second choice would be Joe Biden. My third choice would be Brian Carroll. My fourth, Joe Jorgensen, and my very last choice, Donald Trump. So now it even works with the U.S. House your U.S. House of Representatives, too. So now you know how that works. So now you know what ranked choice voting is and how it works. For more information about ranked choice voting, please visit www.rankedchoicevoting.org. Also, if you agree with ranked choice voting and want to know how to bring it to your city and or state, then please visit www.fairvote.org/ranked_choice_voting to learn how to get started. Also, if you like to investigate your political ideas, go to www.isidewith.com and take the quiz and see your results. So with ranked choice voting combined with that website, you will always know what your backup choice will be, and that's saying something.